Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my origin story of how I went from fat to skinny to built in just like a few short years. Now I've only been working out for about a solid year and a half at this point, right? So you know, my body kind of metamorphosized. I've been like all over the place. For instance, this was me back in 7th grade. I was around like 12 or 14. I was like 4'10" and I weighed about 130 pounds. You know, and I was about as active as I could be. I tried losing that weight, got into stuff like boxing, taekwondo, track. But, you know, I couldn't be as proficient as I wanted to be in these sports for the simple fact of my weight. Being 130 at 4'10" at like 13 is like pretty overweight. I went to this research lab and they were just like using me as a lab rat, and they looked me in my face, gave me the papers back and said, "Kid, you're fat as fuck." And you know, that wasn't the first time I was told that. All throughout middle school, I was getting bullied about my weight and I got into like hella fights because remember one time there was this white kid who walked up to me and just called me fat, started pushing me, and then he said something about my mom. Now, after consulting with my PR team, I can't get into details about what happened, but just know
yellow tape around his body, it's a fucking homicide.
He didn't bother me again after that. I did get suspended though. But I remember just running to the bathroom, looking at myself. You know, I was so worked up, my nose started bleeding. And I just like hated myself. I looked in that mirror and just said, some shit's gotta change. I wanted to lose weight, so guess what I did? I started fasting. Only I didn't know how to fast properly, and it kind of spiraled into what I would consider to be a trigger warning eating disorder. It got so bad to the point where I was just skipping meals, maybe eating one a day, if that. So from about late middle school to 10th grade, that's kind of how my life was. Maybe like 1 or 2 meals a day, barely even eating, just trying to burn off all this weight. An obsession with becoming thinner and just looking better. But that's no laughing matter, bro. Like I remember like I just felt like shit. I started feeling depressed. I stopped taking care of myself, and I was just so tired all the time. Come home from school, sleep until the next day. Then I have to wake up and go do it all again. 9th grade, I paid the price for that big time twice. I joined the wrestling team, and I could only stay on the wrestling team for a few weeks because I wasn't eating dinner, wasn't eating lunch, wasn't even eating breakfast. So by the time it was 4 p.m. after school and I had to go to practice, I nearly passed out. I was so dehydrated and malnourished, I couldn't even operate. I think like I blacked out during one of those sessions one time. And then I experienced my first heartbreak, bro. So I just started spiraling. I was like, oh my God. You know, and then quarantine it. Still eating 1 meal a day, just being stuck inside, sedentary for 2 years straight. And so then finally by the end of 9th grade, I finally achieved it. I was skinny. I did it. And you know, you would think that after all of that, you would get the perfect result that you wanted. You know, everyone praising you like, wow, man, you look good, but that didn't happen. You know, now instead of being called a fat ass, I was just being told, hey man, you looking kind of thin. Yeah, you need some more meat on your bones. Oh, you're gonna snap like a twig. Dude, my fingers are literally bigger than your arms. And so I would just go home feeling sad, feeling sorry for myself. And then one night I was watching a movie. I was watching Batman Year One and The Dark Knight Returns. All 3 of them respectively. And this is what struck a chord with me. This dude, Batman, put himself through hell in Year One, trying to become better. This dude knocked down a whole goddamn tree and said he wasn't ready. Refined his edges, became the Batman. Then you jump to The Dark Knight Returns and he quit. He was just over it, sick of it. But guess what this dude did? He pulled himself from the ashes, donned that goddamn suit, and goes to whoop some 17-year-olds' ass. Now you can't look here and tell me that don't make you want to peep game and lock in. So you know what? I hit the gym with one distinct goal in mind. Become something more, something greater, something ultimate. I could become a symbol. I could take back my once great city. So I started lifting May 2022, junior year. I just turned 17, roughly about 5'5.5", and I weighed 128 pounds. So all throughout that summer, I just started working out, and while I wasn't the best at it, while I wasn't the strongest, I had a vision in mind. I kept going because I realized, well, hey, a year's gonna pass with or without me on this planet, but I stuck to it every day. And yeah, I got injured from time to time. I messed up my rotator cuff so bad, this left arm is fucked up. And then I had to get like a cortisone shot to fix the inflammation, and now I can't even feel anything in this arm pretty much. But hey, bro, that's like some Batman level stuff though, bro. I put my body through hell, tried to become best, started trying to become faster, stronger, really dug down into the science of fitness, the human anatomy to make it efficient, got invested in learning how to fight better, lift more, rep ranges, dieting. So I stuck to it for a year and a half. I made it part of my lifestyle. I had one vision, try to become something great, something better that even I at one point thought was out of reach. Like asking yourself, can you put yourself through hell to reach this goal? And even if you can't reach that goal, then can you endure staying in hell until you've gotten there? It's about endurance, perseverance. If you beat all the adversity, you'd be surprised at what lengths you can go to. Am I even able to push myself to the peak physical that I can be? So no, I can gladly say that today, a year and a half later, I'm standing here at 18, 5'7" and 145 pounds.
Sir, 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 nigga going crazy on the treadmill.
Like, work, baby. Because imagine what I could do in about another year and a half. Think about what you could do in another year and a half, if you just set aside your self-doubt and your self-pity and just start somewhere. Honestly, when I started this channel a few weeks ago, I didn't even know what direction I wanted to take it. I knew I wanted to work out, do fitness, do cool things like become Batman and stuff. But now I have a better idea of where I want to take it. You know why? Because I uploaded one video. I set the foundation. Started there, and I made 2. I took that, built on to 3. And I'm still building. So I want you to ask yourself 2 questions. Would you want to lose out on stuff you want to do in life and end up being a victim of yourself? And if you answered no to that, answer me this. How far are you willing to go?